Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below if you're so motivated to do so. Visit the merch shop. This is Wonders of a Black. Well, we're going to get into the whole colorism thing in this video. So if you're sensitive to things like that, yeah, you may want to exit stage left. Before we get into this video, I just want to say to all of my sisters out here who are richly melanated, please find outlets, channels that will affirm, and not that you need other people to validate you, but we can say that we don't need other people to validate us all the time. But when you have people saying how beautiful you are, it does make you feel good. The same way as if you have a bunch of people saying how ugly you are because of your skin, that does hurt, and people know that. So when people want to make fun of your skin or call you a monkey or say all kinds of horrible things to you because you're black, you need to counteract those negative vibes by channeling the positive vibes of people that do appreciate you, and you should be the main one that appreciates you. We as black people have been ridiculed because of the natural way we look. Even in today's society, we are fighting to pass crown acts all over the country just so we can wear Afrocentric hairstyle and our natural hair that grows out of our scalp. As far as men out there, if they don't want to date you because they can't appreciate your beauty, then they're doing you a favor by walking the other way. Trust and believe. You do not want to be in a relationship with someone who, when they get angry, upset, the first thing they want to do is ridicule your color or call you a bunch of derogatory names. And that's when it comes to these so-called friends of yours as well, because sometimes you have friends that want to be around you that are lighter than you because they think that they're better than you, and they think that they will get more attention because they are lighter than you, and you are supposed to be their wing woman just to prop them up. So embrace your beauty, embrace the natural skin that you are in. Make sure you hydrate it well and take care of it, and love yourself. Now let's get into this video, darlings. Uh, Erica Mena was fired recently. She was also arrested for fighting security in a hookah lounge, but she was fired officially from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She will not be joining them on future seasons. And she was fired for calling this beautiful black queen, Spice, a blue monkey. And I remember and I by no means am light skinned. I'm sort of towards the chocolate side myself. I remember when I was a kid, I had this friend who was very light skinned and had wavy straight, that straight wavy type of hair. And she would always call um people tar babies, ragamuffins, black monkeys, especially other black females. And it was just really weird to me because as we started getting older, she would always get the blackest, darkest man that she could find to be with romantically. Like, you're such a colorist, but when it comes to that sausage, you like it nice and black and crispy. But let's get into this article right here. Okay. She was fired. Yeah. Bye-bye, Erica. And we all know, even though Erica Mena mingles with a lot of black people, she herself is not black. She is a Latina. She is Puerto Rican and of Dominican descent. And even though she is quite tan here, she is a very light-skinned person. And I'm so sick of people coming into the Black community, light skin, and want to put down the colors of our people. Why don't you go to the white community and try to make them worship you because of the color of your skin? But I know light skinned people who have went around white people and thinking that they're supposed to blend in with other whites, and whites make them feel like the N word. So then they come over to the Black community around us Black people, and we're the darkies, and we're the tar babies, and we're the this and the that, and all of this other stuff. We're supposed to put you on a pedestal because you're light skinned, or your hair is straight, or you have the hazel blue or green eyes. But then when you go around people who are more closely to your color, they want to put you down because you got too much brown in you, or you're not white. But when you come around us, you want to be treated like you're superior because you're light skinned. But then you want to put us down because we're brown, or we're chocolate, or we're different colors. So they fired her ass off of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, so she can go swing off of a vine somewhere herself. I will leave a link for everything in this video below so you can dig deeper if you so choose to. So Love and Hip Hop Atlanta fires Erica Mena for calling castmate Spice a racial slur. So let's get into this article. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta fires Erica Mena for calling castmate Spice a racial slur. The TV franchise announced the news on social media Saturday. Erica Mena will not be returning to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta after she recently called her co-star Spice a racial slur. The TV franchise announced the news on Saturday in an official statement on Instagram and Twitter, now known as X. The Love and Hip Hop franchise has never shied away from hard conversations in our community, the statement began. Working hand in hand with our partners, viewers will see the impact of Erica Mena's remarks play out in the final 3 episodes of the season, the statement continued. Effective immediately, she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So these are pre-recorded episodes, and she wasn't fired when she said it. She was fired recently. Was she fired for calling this lady a monkey, or was she fired, or is that the excuse they're using? Because she has been arrested, she being Erica Mena, has been arrested recently for allegedly biting a security guard during a bar fight and then lied to police about being pregnant as she was arrested. So lying to the authorities, assaulting a security guard. These are some serious charges. So Mena, who's 35, was one of 4 arrested for an alleged brawl at an Atlanta hookah lounge. She allegedly bit one security guard and kicked another in the face. Despite telling officers she was pregnant, police and her lawyer say she's not. I mean, she was in there getting balled up. I mean, totally balled up, drunk. According to Bambi, she was totally lit. So if she was pregnant, well, we all know it's not true, but she lied to the police and said she was pregnant. But she was in there getting drunk and high. So Erica Mena is facing legal problems in addition to her now being jobless after she allegedly bit a security guard during a brawl and lied to police about being pregnant. The 35-year-old was officially fired from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta following racist remarks she made against Spice, who's 41. Now she is facing criminal charges for her alleged part in a brawl Friday, August 25th at a hookah lounge in the ATL. According to documents obtained by TMZ, the stepmother, 3-star, was one of 4 people arrested after security reportedly asked the group to leave the club. If they ask you to leave, leave. I mean, you fighting and scrapping with them, they ask you to leave, leave. The outlet reports that I don't want to be anywhere that I'm not welcome. If they ask you to leave, leave. You fighting with them for what? The outlet reports that rather than exiting the group, which included Bambi Benson and Rodney Shaw, aka Zell Swag, and another man named Kareem Cadet, resisted and began fighting with the bouncers. And this is her mug shot. She reportedly claimed she was pregnant at one point during the incident. Both police and her attorney say the actress is not expecting. Erica was charged with willful obstruction of law enforcement, simple battery, and simple battery against a police officer, according to jail records at the Fulton County. The fact that she did something to a cop, I think, is why she was fired. You know, because we as Black people, especially as Black women, get called all kinds of things all the time, and nobody is fired. Nobody is fired for that. Was she really fired because she did something to a cop? Because this episode where she had called this lady a monkey was recorded a long time ago. They could have fired her back then. They're not coming out saying we fired her a while ago, but we're just now making the announcement because we didn't want to give away anything for the purposes of the integrity of the show. No. They said she's fired effective immediately on Saturday, which culminates around when she had these charges brought against her for doing something to a cop. So, I mean, you know. Yeah, representatives for both Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Mena did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment, while a rep for Spice could not be reached. During the episode, which aired August 29th, Mena and Spice, born Grace LaToya Hamilton, were engaged in a heated argument that escalated when the 35-year-old actress flipped the table and the two women had to be separated by producers. I mean, how old is she? You're 35, flipping tables and fighting, and must be the liquor. Must be the liquor. Or you need to get some therapy. Because really, the fight was about the fact that Safari had produced some receipts to Spice that Erica was lying, allegedly lying about the fact that he isn't supporting his children. And he produced some receipts showing that he has been dropping stacks left and right for his children. Supposed to be for child support, but you know how some of these women, they look at that as support for themselves to go party and buy things for themselves. And then whatever trickles down to the kids trickles down to the kids. But he had produced some receipts that he was truly supporting the children. And I think that that's what that, and then Spice saying that her oldest son doesn't give a F about her. I think that's what really got under her skin. Now, I want to just talk about colorism because it's very important for us to put this in context. Because, in my opinion, I don't think she was fired for calling her a racial slur.
I mean, you know, dark-skinned women, I don't really like dark-skinned women. Like, they look funny beside me. So, you know, I'd rather not date a dark-skinned woman.
You rather light-skinned girl?
Yeah, light-skinned, pretty girl, long hair. I mean, you know.
Now, the bottom line is, trust me, I get it. If you're not attracted to somebody, you're not attracted to them. I'm not going to hold you. Simple as that. You know, everybody has their likes and preferences and stuff like that. And it is what it is, you know. But as Black people, and this is just on the dating tip, I'm going to show you guys more clips of people discussing colorism. It's not just dating. Okay, you like what you like, and that is what it is. but you're judging somebody based off of their skin color. And as Black people, we have fought against white supremacy. And then in our own community, you're putting on a pedestal people who are light skinned. Now, don't get me wrong at all. I do not think that anyone, I don't care whether you're light skinned, dark skinned, no one should be mistreated because of the color of their skin, period. Or what? No one should be mistreated because of their race, period. I'm not for that at all. But the thing is, in the Black community, you want to get all up in arms and march in the street and loot and riot when it comes to racism. But then in your own community, you're putting on a pedestal people that look closer to the image of the people that you claim are racist, and you're racist yourself. So make it make sense. I remember when I was going through my spiritual journey a long time ago, and I was reading all these spiritual books, and I was reading one of the hidden books of Moses, where one of his wives, who was a dark skinned woman, um, a lighter skinned wife, or some of the lighter skinned people that was with him, was mocking her of how dark she was, and God had opened up the sky and spit in their face. We're more closer, and you can agree or disagree, I believe that we are more closer to the image of the Most High than any other human being on this earth because of our dark skin tone and our coily hair. We're more closer to how he looks. We're all human beings. We're all made in the image of God, but we more closely resemble how he looks. And that's why people hate us so much. So when you're sitting up there mocking somebody because of their rich skin, I consider dark skin rich. That's a rich color to me. You're a rich color. Your skin is rich in color. So when you're mocking people who look like that, you could be mocking the Most High himself. And when you die and you face your judgment, you will be looking at somebody that you look down upon as far as color is concerned. And won't that be a surprise to you?
Which the Castilian aristocracy began using in the early 1830s to refer to themselves. They used that phrase to express that they had been uncorrupted by Moorish blood or Jewish blood because their skin was so white that you could see their veins through it.
Hey, good morning. It's well known that in the early segregated 1900s, the brown paper bag test was used to qualify Black people for select goods and services. In order to pass the test, a Black person would have to be the same color or lighter than a brown paper bag. I would be disqualified. What's lesser known is that this tool of anti-Blackness was implemented by Black people against one another. Biracial and light-skinned Black people formed what is called a racial society within the Black community, wherein there is privilege, prestige, and power connected to a Black person having a complexion light enough to see the blue veins underneath their skin. And this inherently white supremacist system of anti-Blackness persists throughout the Black
saw his father naked, and that's how they justified that the Black race was cursed. The Christians, they justify racism throughout the years through the curse that is based basically on the Bible. This was shown, this picture that you see right now is from 1895. It was painted by Modesto Broncos in the moment in Brazil that we were talking about the eugenics politics. The eugenics politics was pretty much the one who showed that yes, we need to whiten the population because Black people are less intelligent, less civilized. And this picture shows the grandma. You see the grandma raising the hands to the Lord, thanking God that her daughter, who is a mixed girl, married a white settler that came in this new idea of whitening the country, and they have a white kid, very white kid, that is in his tiny hands just blessing the grandma. If you look in the picture, and she's thanking God that the curse was broken. That picture was shown in 1895, and also in this Congress I told you that happened in London in the week.
They showed that picture.
Brazil showed that picture to introduce to the Europeans what was his idea to having a more civilized country after slavery. We're gonna whiten the.
Look, I'm not going to make this a long-winded video. I'm just going to enjoy the but I think we need to just put things into perspective and tie this up in a nice bow. First of all, you all need to educate yourself where all this colorism and racial hierarchy, racial supremacy nonsense come from. It's all about hoarding resources. It's all about people's insecurities, people insecure about what someone else has as far as resources or the way they look or something like that. It's just all about insecurity and not believing that we have a Lord that provided for all of us and cares about all of us. And even though I believe that Black people are more closely related to the image of who the Most High looks like, that doesn't mean that we are God ourselves. And we need to be humble as well, because it doesn't matter what you look like. Um, we all have been made to endure this color uh, persecution for hundreds of years for a reason. We need to be humble in the fact that we are created in the image of our Creator, more closely related to the image of our Creator. But that doesn't mean that we are superior. It doesn't mean that any human being is superior to another human being based off of your color. Please. So I'm really disappointed that Love and Hip Hop Atlanta did not fire Erica Mena um right away when she called Spice a monkey. They did that sort of around the time when she was locked up for assaulting a police officer. And I can't help but wonder if that's really why she was fired. But because we live in a world of lies and make believe, they want to make it seem like they fired her because she insulted Spice. I don't believe that that's why they fired her. Because unfortunately, dark skinned women and Black people in general are insulted all of the time. All of the time, we're insulted. If you look on YouTube, it's so many channels calling Black people the N-word, putting Black people down, saying all kinds of derogatory things about Black people. YouTube would never ban those channels. They would never um, community strike or anything. Any of these social media platforms will never ever strike or ban anyone for putting down or saying something negative or derogatory about a Black person, even if it's another Black person saying negative and derogatory things about Black people. They just don't. And that's because they want to continue to promote this idea of racial and color hierarchy in our society. But I think as Black people, we really need to educate ourselves to understand where this comes from, why this is. We need to not have these ideologies within our own homes. I remember when my sister was pregnant, one of my cousins who's very light skinned with blue eyes, she looks white except she has kinky hair. She was telling my sister, maybe God will bless you to have a light skinned baby. I mean, it's like we deal with it in our own families. So it's very important for you to love yourself, love the skin you're in, whether it's pale, whether it's chocolate, whether it is what it is. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. Visit the merch shop. This is Wonders of a Black Woman.